Tiara Gaines, aka Kenzo B, is a female drill rapper from the Bronx. Declared the queen of drill, Kenzo B has deep ties with some of the deadliest members that New York has to offer. With her blood brother Bando Gz in prison for murder, and her best friend D Thang, also K-Flock's cousin, being picked up on a 65-count indictment, Kenzo is surrounded by death and violence from the day she was born.
Video of a black BMW and 3 suspects in a deadly shooting.
Made for the drama, made for the fight, for all that shit. So how y'all feeling?
Okay, bugging. What am I mother? It's this again. Call that right now. Yo.
I paved the way for a lot of newer female drill rappers to start drill rapping because they're drill rapping about me.
I'ma smack her when I see her, and she's a decoy.
Everybody pull up to Alley crib.
Everybody pull up to Alley crib.
Alley, make sure you come outside. Whether you said it or not, you fighting too.
Kenzo's mother gave birth to her behind bars while serving an 11-year sentence. Luckily, her mom was able to get out much earlier than planned and decided to move Kenzo and her brother from Connecticut to the Bronx, New York, where everything would change forever. Kenzo would watch her brother writing raps and naturally wanted to give it a shot herself. By 9 years old, she would practice and perform for her mom and brother until she finally put together her first rap song about cereal over the instrumental Started From the Bottom by Drake. Now, as much as Kenzo really enjoyed school and had a desire to be a model student, there was no denying the troubles that she would experience back at home, and it would make a huge impact on her day-to-day life. Witnessing all the trouble that her mom went through, from getting her door kicked down by police to simply not being able to make ends meet at times, Kenzo B had then felt an obligation to make a change, and she planned to do it through her music. Kenzo started signing up for local talent shows to display her talents to a larger audience, and by 13 years old, she was finally being taken seriously as a young musical artist. And while she was following her passion, she just still wasn't bringing in enough cash to make a difference at home. It wasn't until about 16 years old when she got a job at Sky Zone to where Kenzo was finally able to bring home some cash and help provide for the family. But unfortunately, this is where the story takes a turn, and the world of gangs and violence surrounding Kenzo would get the best of this talented young girl. And while still incredibly gifted, Kenzo B would become one of the most infamous names throughout the Bronx, and she made sure to address anyone who dared question that. Around 17 is when Kenzo started to hang out with her brother's best friend, D Thang. Now, D Thang, even though he is K-Flock's cousin, they are still mortal enemies by territory. So, along with Kenzo B and her brother Bando, D Thang is from RPT, or River Park Towers. I won't say too much about these buildings, but let's just say they have been the hub of numerous gang indictments and killings. This is where Kenzo B calls home. On December 6th, 2021, Kenzo B wakes up to find her best friend D Thang all over the news for a murder.
Video of a black BMW and 3 suspects in a deadly shooting in the Bronx. 21-year-old Sergio Jimenez was shot and killed by 3 men in a black BMW. It happened around 10:15 on December 5th. An 18-year-old female passenger was shot in the hand and back. If you have information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number, 1-800-577-TIPS.
As soon as this information hit the streets, everybody started reaching out to Bando and Kenzo B, knowing that they were the closest people to D Thang when this happened. And it is sad to say, but in environments like the Bronx, this sort of behavior is rewarded. And it wasn't long before Kenzo B and Bando were local celebrities of themselves, and judging based off this clip, it seemed to be getting to their mom's head the most.
Grab a gun and go get you some action. Only you worrying about what D Thang's doing in jail. Get off D Thang's dick. Gangsta.
D Thang will slap the shit out you.
D Thang will slap the shit out you and your mother.
I was made for this shit. Made for the drama shit. Made for the fighting shit. Made for all that shit. So how y'all feeling?
Smoke. She's not Dominican. Dominicans are dick suckers. Big fucking whoop. I'm not G's. I'm whoopty. Suckers. Nobody said that. When your mother was out there sucking dick, did we post your mother was sucking dick? No. Your mother was just sucking dick for free with no clout. Y'all mad.
This is extremely cringe to watch in the first place, and to top it off, let's not forget that at this time, Kenzo B is only 17 years old. With all of this controversy brewing up, it was the perfect time for Kenzo B to start dropping music again. Now, Kenzo didn't necessarily have any sort of solo career or anything like that yet, but her friend Shani Bonnie had, and she decided to jump on her track Geek. And even though they are mortal enemies, K-Flock decided to jump on Instagram and show him support by reposting the song to his story. Now, that could be out of straight love and support, or it could be because her friend Ali Gz at the time was hanging out with K-Flock, and maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But what I do know is out here in the Bronx, they're always trying to hang out with the ops girls and the ops guys, especially with this group of friends with Kenzo B and Bando. Kenzo B is constantly being warned not to hang out with the ops, and she does it anyways. However, with all the love came a lot of hate also, and Kenzo B would find herself in a few fights.
They worried about mother. Y'all see me in this video slipping? This is me right there with the gray pants. Right there with the gray pants. With the gray. You see me right here. Look, y'all. Watch. I came out my shirt and everything. Out my shirt and everything. Slipping and sliding, bro. You cannot do nothing with me, bitch. I'm sliding down the fucking G-spot, bitch. Bitch, you talking about my shit wasn't connected. I'm trying to keep my ass up. Fuck is you talking about?
And at this time, Kenzo B, be careful with her op activity because it could really backfire and put him in a really bad situation. Which it wasn't long before Shimi from 300 would go on Instagram and pop his shit talking about how he's already hitting Kenzo, and at this time, she was already 18.
Yo, word to my dad's no op ever fuck none of our bitches. Like, we don't even jack no bitches. That's one. And bitches we do jack, like, come on, bro.
Don't make me stop saying.
Gotta stop saying that, bro. Y'all niggas
y'all bitches.
Like, do not bring bitches in this conversation. Y'all niggas do not fuck none of our bitches, bro. Y'all niggas is
fucking y'all bitches.
What the fuck
niggas got getting fucked, Nani getting fucked. It's a whole lot of bitches
yo,
out here.
Chill. You wildin'.
DJ getting fucked. I don't care. Niggas just bugging. What of my mother? Your sister getting fucked.
Along with all the hate, she was receiving a ton of love as well when LATTO would bring Kenzo B and Shani B on stage to her sold out show.
In the city, I had to hear my bitch like, pull up on me, you know what I'm saying? So, what I got, Shani and Kenzo B, let's go in and fuck! Yeah, go crazy!
Then, FIVIO Foreign would even take to Twitter and show some support as well. And in the midst of all this great stuff happening to Kenzo, things would take a turn and she would be hit with some devastating news. On May 26, 2022, her best friend D Thang and 33 other members of RPT got picked up in a 65-count indictment. She had lost her best friend, and if that wasn't bad enough, her brother Bando was down in Florida at the time of the indictment when they came and swept everybody up. So when he came back, he shot a bunch of music videos and prepared to turn himself in. However, it seemed like while he was gone, he was involved in another murder of realist structure. So not only was he involved in this indictment investigation, but he was also directly involved with this shooting and murder of realist structure, which he got hit with right away, and he's still in prison to this day. Kenzo was devastated by this news and all this stuff happening in her life all at once, and decided to take a little bit away from everybody until she came out about a month later with a new BMW and a new boyfriend. She was dating this guy Hurley at the time, and whenever you're dating Kenzo B, you can probably expect some sort of testing involved. People were hitting him up and testing his gangsta, if you will. I mean, you got this guy C Blue, for example, who drops a song called Blue Bop and claims that he would fuck Kenzo just to get back at her brother because that's his op.
30 stick in my pants, so don't ask me to dance, but you know I might do my see blue bop. Hello, Bando, a bitch, or the sister, I thought I might fuck her the next time he diss me.
And then in this other clip with Booba, his cousin Maximili gets left alone with Kenzo and he starts trying to get at her. And I suppose this is what happens when you mess with Curly Sav's chick.
I will slap the shit out of you in this car.
You gonna slap
and
me?
Then call my man downstairs so he can slap me.
Nigga, call that nigga right now. That good?
Oh, shit.
Which, in the case of conflict, it was a match made in heaven, since he's out here fighting, you know, Kenzo B was also. As soon as she started getting this momentum, somebody comes out of the woodwork and wants to make a diss track about Kenzo B, and this is kind of like clout chasing 101. As soon as somebody starts to get some momentum and motion, you hit them with the diss track in hopes that they respond and you benefit from all the clout. Which in this case, I suppose it wasn't necessarily a diss, but MIAH Kenzo would come out and drop a song, and in one of her songs she used the phrase "top two, not two, bitch at me."
She keep running back, she not gonna give her. I'm chasing her down and I'm beating her badly like top two, not two, bitch at me.
Which, if you listen to any sort of Kenzo B song, you know that she's been using the phrase "top two, not two" for quite a while. So when she heard MIAH Kenzo using her slogan, it rubbed her the wrong way and she took it as a diss. So then MIAH Kenzo doubles down and drops a track titled "Top Two, Not Two" and sampled Kenzo's track "Bump It," the one that blew her up. And at that point, Kenzo couldn't ignore it and knew that she had to address this directly. Kenzo B goes on Instagram Live as she's driving down to MIAH Kenzo's hood and basically breaks down the fact that MIAH Kenzo DM'd her for a feature. She didn't respond, and that's why MIAH Kenzo came out here using her beats and dissing her in her songs because she didn't reply to a feature. So Kenzo B decided to drive down to her hood and say it face to face that she had a problem.
I text her, I'm like, bro, I'm in Queens right now, so she just left me there. I'm blowing her up. I don't know if you see that why they beefing now. We not beefing, bro. I don't have no ops, because every time I make an op, they do shit like this, and I always end up the only one outside. She don't got beef with people who never outside. Nah, that ass. I hate me a Casper ass bitch.
Now, she never really came outside to meet up. However, she did send her dad on Instagram to get at Kenzo B and try to settle the situation for her, I suppose. And he really crossed the line when he starts bringing up Bando, Kenzo B's brother who's locked up, and says that he's not going to have his gangsters touch him while he's in the cell. Which, I mean, it's like, come on, man. Like, why are you even going to bring that up? Now, here Kenzo B kind of starts to contradict herself, because after all this beef, for some reason, she decides to say that she's not from RPT anymore and says, don't even associate me with any of those guys from RPT. They're all weirdos. I don't know where this necessarily came from, but she lives there as far as I know, and this would probably cause a lot of problems. But it would start making sense once she would come out and announce that she was getting signed to French Montana's Coke Boys, and that's a big deal. I can totally see her getting a mainstream deal like that and her basically being told, hey, you got to kind of clean up a little bit. I'm not sure, because having the RPT label could benefit her career as far as a drill perspective, but yeah, I don't know if the two are associated, but this was big news for her. Finally, all of Kenzo B's hard work from when she was 9 years old starting to make music was paying off. She was signed to a major label and she was going to be starting to pave the way for other drill rappers just like her idol Ice Spice. Kenzo B then breaks on the scene with her new EP Top Dog, and I really fuck with Top Dog. It's 5 tracks and it has both like hardcore drill beats, and she also has like some softer songs on there too. Now, gang politics aside, beefs are inevitable, it seems, because this girl MURDA B breaks out on the scene and she does an interview talking about she's paved the way for a lot of new female drill artists rather. And I mean, Kenzo B's already been out here at the time. She already had a bunch of music out, so she kind of took offense to that, saying, listen, you just dropped your first song. I've been out here for a while. Who are you to even say that?
Never touch none of these from none of these gangs you dissing in real life. Never touch none of these from none of these gangs you dissing in real life. Not really looking for no jets. You're not really looking for no nothing. Like, stop capping. Like, now it's getting old, bro. She's a girl that don't look like she's a hood girl, so she talking at her shit. It looks cute. I know, bro. I get it. I don't got no beef with MURDA B. I don't want no beef with MURDA B. I'ma smack her when I see her. And she's a decoy. That's it.
All right, I'm gonna clear this up now, because remember how I was like, oh yeah, I paved the way for female drill. That's not what I meant to say.
Okay, clean that up.
I meant to say that I paved the way for a lot of newer female drill rappers to start drill rapping, because they're drill rapping about me. They're not drill rapping about anything else.
Right.
I didn't say Kenzo B. I didn't say, like, I showed
everybody
up to
that was already doing it.
Everybody that was already doing their thing, they was already doing their thing.
After this, Kenzo would start to drop some more music for everybody, dropping a new album called Top 2 Not 2 with the leading single BFFR.
Y'all know that nigga sharing his post, still call him daddy. The bitches talking hot and still walking without a scatty. They just mad because I'm pretty petite and I got a fatty, but I'm over it.
And you think things would go pretty smoothly after this, but just like in Kenzo B fashion, she has a roller coaster of emotions. So she then starts to promote a fight with this girl named Amaretta, reveals a pregnancy, which I don't know if was real or not, and then tells everybody that she plans to quit making music, which I really don't think is the case, because shortly after this, she posted a picture together with Ice Spice, and I'm sure that we could see a project with them two coming pretty soon. And to top it off, recently she seems pretty happy dating Kyle Rich and celebrating her birthday with Sha Gz and D Thang. So now that D Thang's back home, you know that she's going to be back in the streets a little bit, and she was already seen out here threatening Allie, saying she was going to come beat her up after somebody comments on her live from a fake account, and she thinks it's a real account and completely blows up and starts this beef with Allie over nothing.
Kenzo, you be ducking Allie? I will beat the shit out of Allie just because you say that. I will go to her crib and beat her mother up. Wait, hold on. I was dead ass. No, wait.
We gonna link at Allie crib. That's nobody block.
Everybody pull up to Allie crib.
Everybody pull up to Allie crib.
Allie, make sure you come outside. Whether you said it or not, bitch, you fighting too. You sent me the murder beef fight and you was like, oh, this how you was gonna beat me up? Allie, niggas who toast you, bitch. The fuck?
Who said what about me? Allie, don't play with me on this lot. Wait, make sure that's her page. Allie. Make sure that's her page. Wait. Let me see.
Just go ahead, bro. Just go ahead before you get your ass into some shit that you can't.
That's what we said, Allie. Matter of fact, I think it was a fake page, right? That was talking, saying stuff. But check this out. Bitch, when we come back, we could just come outside and catch a fade. Fuck it.
Yeah, they said I'm ducking you, and I said I would beat you the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what was said. Niggas said niggas will beat you up and smack your grandmother.
She didn't just come on this line. You're gonna get yourself into some shit that you really don't want to be in because...
But you know, that's what we said. Somebody trolled and brought your name up.
Somebody said I'm ducking you. And bitch, I don't know where they fucking getting that from unless you run in your mouth saying some shit that's not true. So I said, okay, since I'm ducking, I will go right to Allie fucking
and
house,
beat your grandmother
right
up
off
too.
the thing.
That's what we said.
No, not her grandma.
I said that. I beat your grandma.
So it's safe to say that the Kenzo B that we know and love is back, and I really hope to hear some more music coming from her pretty soon. This girl is incredibly talented and has the world in front of her. I do think that she would do a lot better with better management. I'm not necessarily sure French Montana is the best suited match for her, but yeah, a lot of the people say the same thing. Tell me down in the comments what you think about her music and if you think that she could be a bigger deal than she already is. In my opinion, I think she could be as big as Ice Spice. You tell me what you think. Appreciate everybody watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.
This where I reflect. I go back to younger years and how they led to success. This where it ends, but not for long. The future me by the flex. Ain't gotta worry in the world, cause I know I'm up next. You know? I'm still young. I got my whole life ahead of me. I'ma make it regardless.